Bill from Illinois, welcome to the program, Bill.
Hey, as a potential mail carrier, I'd like to thank you for staying on this postal issue. You mentioned it going into the show. And have you noticed the blitz? Everybody's talking to me today about, oh, did you hear? And of course I've heard. But the talk around the post office is, you know why they're doing this? A, because it's illegal. They can't just decide unilaterally to do away with Saturday service.
Yep.
And that's what they've done. And B, as long as they get out there in front and cement in everyone's mind that that's what they're going to do come August, that's what will happen if there's no pushback.
Yep. Well, thank you for reminding me about that story. I'll go into it right now. But you raised the most interesting political point about it, is that they're not authorized to do this. And
yeah, absolutely,
it's going to force some type of congressional action in one form or another. I mean, this could be their way of maybe getting to court. I'm not sure, but thanks for the reminder, Bill. I'll go into that story right now. This story, the U.S. Postal Service has said it will stop delivering mail on Saturdays. It will continue to deliver packages. If your post office or P.O. box is open on Saturday now, that will remain. Their plan is to start this in August. However, here is the rub. The post office is so tightly controlled by Congress that it does not have statutory authority to make this change. And so the question here is, what is the post office doing? Well, the post office has lost it reported in November that it lost an annual loss of $15.9 billion for the last budget year, forecast more red ink in 2013. Now, why is this? The majority of their losses has been a function of a 2006 law passed by Congress that said the post office, unlike any other government entity, unlike any other business in the private sector, must fully fund its pension program on a 75-year horizon, requiring $55 billion to be placed in this fund over the course of a 10-year period. So that, and now you have the post office is in like 2 or 3 years worth of arrears. And in fact, these mandatory costs amounted to $11.1 billion of the losses. The post office simultaneously is also, and you should know this, not a single dollar of your tax money goes to funding the operations of the post office or its pensions. It is all paid for by stamps. However, the post office is not allowed to raise its stamps without congressional approval. So not only has Congress imposed upon it a burden that no other government or private entity has imposed upon it in terms of funding its pension liabilities going 75 years in the future, it also will not allow the post office to raise the cost of stamps that it needs to maintain a balanced budget in terms of its operating. So the post office essentially now is saying, we're going to make cuts to service, even though we're not authorized to do so, and you're going to have to stop us. And presumably that means that Congress is going to have to pay attention. It is going to force the American public to say to Congress, do something. Stop forcing the post office to fulfill pension obligations that no other entity has, and allow the post office to raise its cost of stamps. And we're going to slowly see how the American public reacts to the idea that if you're in a rural area where getting a letter for 45 cents doesn't make sense for a carrier to go out there. I mean, try and see if FedEx will deliver anywhere, or the majority of places that the post office will, for 45 cents a letter. Won't happen. And this is the point. And frankly, you're also going to see businesses also who have been using the post office to send bills. And so the bottom line here is that Congress has got to take some type of action, and the post office is forcing them to do so. Now, of course, there's a big Republican agenda to privatize these services, and those would necessarily mean diminished services. That's the bottom line. I'm sure even our libertarian friend from New Jersey would agree that the private industry is not going to provide the level of postal service that the post office does at the same price point. They can't do it because they want to make a profit. They want shareholders to make a profit. The CEO of FedEx wants to see his stock rise so that he can cash in his stock options. Postmaster General, not so much. So that's what's happening with the post office.